Guys, welcome back to another episode. It's been a little while, but today I'm going to dive straight into it with a statistic to really grab your attention, okay? A recent study has suggested that people gain anywhere on average between half a kilo to 1.5 kilos over this silly season, only to never lose it, okay? So think about it for a sec. That doesn't mean that you gain it and then you lose it. On average, the population will gain half a kilo to 1.5 kilos, only to never lose it. Okay, again, every year this happens, year in, year out, every Christmas. So, if you want to avoid becoming a part of that statistic, I have got some tips for you, okay? First of all, obviously it's tough, it's Christmas, okay? And if you grow up anything like me and my family, Christmas just means food, all right? Lots of food, roasts, ham, Christmas lollies, Nana's biscuits, chocolate for breakfast. You guys get the drift. And that's just Christmas Day, okay? What about all the parties leading up to Christmas? You've probably had a lot on already, but then you've got Boxing Day drinks, you've got New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, you've got parties, barbecues, jet ski beach parties, whatever you're into, but you guys get the point, right? Okay, so obviously you can clearly see it's a time of temptation, and it's going to be tougher to adhere to your caloric intake, if you have a specific one, of course, than any other time of the year. If you're lucky, you've been one of the lucky ones to be able to work with me, and you've already learned how to, I guess, eat in a flexible way with minimal restriction, and already understand the mindset of, you know, eating how you like, but avoiding the weight gain. If not, we're still going to be able to use some of my tactics below, so do not stress, okay? So firstly, what I want you to think is, I don't have to be a hermit, and I don't have to avoid all of the gatherings that are on or upcoming, okay? I really want you to be able to enjoy this time of the year with your friends and family. It's very important. It's obviously a time that friends and family come together, and this is a huge part of just living life, okay? So I'm here to suggest you look at it as more of a time where you're simply going to maintain your weight, instead of going in thinking that you're going to keep losing or come out the other side with a heap of regret from going all YOLO over Christmas, okay? If you simply focus on maintaining your weight over Christmas, you're going to be in a much, much better position than 99% of people coming into 2020, okay? There's 365 days in a year. We know that. We don't need to be spending the entire year trying to lose weight. In fact, you shouldn't, okay? So for the next 10 days, let's put these 10 days aside as a period where you're going to maintain your weight, and then hit 2020 focusing on the next 355 ahead of you, okay? I really like, personally, and with my clients, really like the option of tracking your food in MyFitnessPal. With a little bit of planning ahead, you will literally be able to have your cake and eat it too, okay? There's some of my tips that I'm about to give you. This will enable you to actually enjoy yourself in the holiday season without actually stacking on all the weight, okay? So let's start with tip number one. After tracking your food and working out your maintenance calories, I really suggest that you plan for a few higher calorie days, okay? I did a post on calorie manipulation on my Instagram account to show you how this actually works. So head over there, the link is below, check that out. There's many different ways on how to do this, and I will give you a little bit of a guide in a sec. So basically, instead of going in and going totally ham every day of the week over that period with obviously an all or nothing mindset, we go in and pre-plan and allow for the most important days. You're obviously not going to have a party every single day for the next 10 days. So I'm about to give you an example of what I mean. So if your maintenance calories are 2,000 calories on average, say for an example, you could consume, say, 1,500 calories on 3 days and 2,375 on the other 4 days, which totals 1 week, okay? So the days that you have, say, an event or Christmas or whatever it is, they're going to be your higher calorie days. Then for the rest of the time, maybe you're at work, maybe you're just chilling out, wherever you don't have an event on, that's when you'll eat your lower calorie days, okay? Don't forget though that this calculation can be done in many different ways, and this is what I showed on my Instagram post. So you could go even lower on the low days and even higher on the high days, okay? Even if it's just one day, you could go super low, or not even super low, but you could stay at 1500 and go much higher on the one day if you've only got one event. Okay, this tip on its own can literally stop you gaining weight over the Christmas period, but I do have a couple more tips for you. So let's get into tip number 2. Just because it's Christmas holidays, and this is something that I see across the board, one of the worst things that you can do is get lazy, okay? Make sure that you're still moving your body, getting to the gym. If you're away, you can absolutely either find a gym or commit to 3 days training a week. Or you can train in your hotel room or wherever it is that you're staying and utilize exercises like split squats or pistol squats and push-ups. You can even grab some resistance bands and do shoulders, bis, tris, abs kind of deal, okay? Maybe even enjoy some outside activities with your friends and family, grabbing a coffee with friends and walking and talking or hiking instead of getting all lazy, okay? Most of the programming that I do for my clients is 3 full body days, and this is a huge part of the reason why out of 7 days, particularly over Christmas, you should be able to find 3 days to train. Okay, tip number 3. I touched on this before, but plan ahead, okay? Even if it's just for the day, you don't have to manipulate your calories for the entire week. You can plan a day to allow for eating out, okay? So just make sure that you don't starve yourself all day, because that never ends. That never ends any good. If you've got an event in the evening, here is what I would do. I would start my day with something like an omelette. So I would make legit a mountain, 5 egg whites with a pack full of veggies, probably 300 or so grams of vegetables. It's literally going to be a mountain on your plate. And then maybe have a protein shake later. That's going to allow for you to have carbs and fats for the event later in the day, okay? When it comes to alcohol, I'll actually pre-put alcohol in my FitnessPal beforehand. I like to overestimate as well. So recently I went to an event and I just pre-planned for seven beverages in my FitnessPal. A lot of people would be like, 7, really? But just in case things get a little fun, you've got it there. And if you don't drink that much, awesome. Then those calories can carry over to the next day, okay? So just keep in mind that when you're drinking alcohol, it could be in excess of 1,000 calories easily. So it's just something that you need to be mindful of. Liquid calories are something that people tend to forget. So just don't forget to plan for that if you do actually drink. All in all, guys, the best way to cope is having a plan, okay? It doesn't mean that you will have any less of a good time, all right? Remember not to sacrifice your long-term goals with your short-term pleasure, and you do not need to miss out on your short-term pleasure if you have a good long-term goal and a coach. Anyway, guys, that's it for another week. I hope you enjoy. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll put all those links below.